The question for me has always been, do you do rows? That's always been the question for me. And for the most part, I've always said, no, don't do rows. Too expensive, do deadlifts, do squats instead. Put all of your recovery points into those things. Screw rows, too taxing for what? Now that I've come around the block and I've concluded I want to do rows, that doesn't mean pull-ups are out of the picture. For me, pull-ups are the lower hanging fruit. It's like, it's not even an event, man. You do them, it's whatever. It doesn't cost a lot of recovery. Anytime you have a lift, you have a movement that doesn't have axial loading, it's whatever, man. Whatever for the most part. That's how I look at it. Is just generally those movements, those lifts have easier recovery. And so if I've concluded that I want to do barbell rows, that doesn't mean I can't do pull-ups. I can still do pull-ups. That's the thought that I had today. And so today I did pull-ups. And I enjoy doing pull-ups, man. It's just so interesting how your mind takes you around the block several different times. You revisit the same damn topic for the 5th time, 6th time, 10th time. And then you kind of like come to a conclusion that's different than the first thought that you had. Initially I was thinking, no, barbell rows are very, very expensive. I can't do pull-ups because it's going to tax me even more. I'm gonna go to the graveyard with how many recovery points I'll be missing. But that's not the right thought. The thought about barbell rows is not that the actual pulling motion is the taxing bit. It's the fact that you have to hang there in that bent over position, in that hip flex position. You have to do a paused deadlift while rowing. That is the bit that taxes you, not the actual flailing with the freaking arms that you're doing. That's not an event, man. Like, that's whatever. So today I was like, okay, let's do pull-ups as well. Like, pull-ups are great, man. Pull-ups are great for many, 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 many reasons. I've had this intermittent, recurrent, for the last month, this elbow crap that's been going on ever since I tried doing banded bench press. It's kind of been plaguing me and it's been pissing me off. Like, it's sometimes in the morning I get out of bed and I just put my hand down on the bed to get up and I feel that sharp medial side of the elbow, that ulna, the head of ulna just bothers me. And I've noticed the more I did rowing, the better it got. I stopped doing push-ups altogether, stopped benching for the most part. I haven't benched, I don't know when the last time I benched. And I thought, what is the best thing that I've ever done for my upper body in terms of resetting the shoulders, elbows, wrists, spine, everything? It's hanging. Hanging is like, oh my God, it's a restorative exercise. It's kind of like what Louis used to harp on about with the reverse hypers. It's like a traction device. Pull-ups is like that on damn steroids. You're tractioning every joint. Every joint, you're hanging. You're like a monkey, and we are very closely related to our cousins, right? These monkeys, So every time you have some sort of a discomfort in a joint, I suggest you decompress it. You do pulling. Pulling has never gotten me hurt. I know I might be different to some of you guys out there who report, pains from pull-ups and whatever, but in my experience, I've never gotten hurt from pull-ups, push-ups, chin-ups, all of that kind of pulling business. It's always been good for me. And inherently, I find it easier. I find it I could do it every single day, literally. This might be too much for the lats, for the traps, but as a CNS type of expression, pull-ups are not going to do anything to me. In fact, they're probably going to restore me because they're going to, like I said, decompress the joints and I'm feeling a little bit better. The pull-ups might take away from my rowing ability, from actual pulling the bar to my chest. But in terms of overall, like getting zapped out in my lower back and my core and all of that, I don't think that's going to be the case. Nowhere near it. Absolutely nowhere near it. And I could probably, now that I'm thinking about it and saying this, the very muscles which the pull-ups are doing is probably not what the rows are doing. I said in the past that rows do lats and traps, but it's come to my realization the way I'm doing it anyway, like trying to row it to my chest, I feel like it's a lot more traps than lats. And so my lats are kind of, getting undercooked in a way. So now that I put pull-ups in, it's a complete thing with the absence of frying my lower back. I mean, you could probably put in another variation of a barbell row, like maybe a supinated grip where you're rowing all the way to your lower abdomen. That's gonna definitely fry your lower lats and lats in general, more so than traps. But when it comes to lat hypertrophy, lat size, lat, training, I've always said, and I've always felt like pull-ups are the way to go. The reason why I think rows are better is because they do more of the back. Pull-ups, in my opinion, I've done many freaking reps in my life, many freaking reps, and I've never developed traps. Always had that thin profile look, never had any traps. I've done rowing now for I don't know how many weeks, and I feel like I'm filling out in my traps, rear delts, mid-back, like all of that, which, axial loaded benefits. You are in that hinged position rowing, and so it's not just the rowing muscles, it's all of those stabilizer muscles, the core, the lower back, the erectors, the mid-back, the rhomboids, like all of that, which I absolutely love, and I'll continue to do rows. I think it's a freaking absolutely foolish thing by me in the past for not doing rows, and no chest supported rows. I want to do rows where I'm actually supporting myself, because I want those erectors, like I said, all of those stabilizer muscles involved, treating it like a freaking compound lift, trying to 1RM in it, if you will, right? But pull-ups are great. They are, I've already mentioned them, the restorative, the lats, the grip, the elbow. I think my elbow is going to start feeling really, really good because I'm decompressing it. It's exactly opposite to freaking, bench pressing, where, it's kind of like jamming the joint together. So anyway, doing my squats, and I'm like, I did rows yesterday. I did 90 kilos for 3 sets of 10, and I feel my traps or whatever, like, I could feel the tightness or whatever, but my lats are chilling. I don't have any kind of like sensation with my lats. At the moment I did one set of pull-ups or chin-ups, and the reason why I took chin-ups is because it's a different grip to what I'm doing with rows. With the rows, I'm kind of double overhand. Might as well do something opposite with the chin-ups, underhand. Let's kind of mix it up a little bit. Automatically I feel my lats, I feel the kind of different portions of my back, and it's a cool sensation to have. And then I started thinking about all the other benefits, like I already mentioned. I thought, why am I not doing this, man? Why am I not doing it? It's probably, a pathway to get back to doing push-ups. If I start doing pull-ups, my elbows is gonna probably start feeling better, and I'll be on my way to doing push-ups again. It's been a while since I've done push-ups, man. Probably a month. I've completely gone away from it. I feel like I want to get back to it, but I don't want to do it prematurely, where I'm kind of still, feeling those sensations in the elbow. You have to, give it a rest. Clearly, I've gotten something wrong. Doing push-ups, that many push-ups all the time. Now that I think about it, man, it wasn't until I started doing the banded bench press that I got into trouble. So I don't know what's going on. I mean, the banded bench press, I remember, Tate and all these guys talk about it. West Side Boys saying that bands will beat the hell out of you. And first-hand experience over here. Be very, very careful. You're going to mess around with bands. I don't know what it is. It's kind of like it doesn't give you respite at all at any point of the lift. It's continuously beating you up. Maybe I was foolish how I loaded it. Probably I didn't realize what I was doing, that this is actually more of a joint exercise than it is a muscular exercise in terms of what it does, what it attacks at first exposure. But maybe down the track I'll come back to it again and shave the way back. But anyway, right now I'm staying the hell away from those bands. I did them for like 3 or 4 sessions, ended up hurt, so it's not a good thing. So anyway, doing lots and lots of pulling now. So at the start of the year I did lots and lots of pushing with the push-ups and the dips and whatever. Now I'm doing lots and lots of pulls, and it feels good, it feels better. So let's see. I've read some stuff about weakness of the chest in the bench press. That's my problem. And wherever I kind of read all these kind of reputable people in the industry, they keep saying that it's about the upper back. If you can't get the bar off your chest, it's upper back weakness. And what do you know? What do I got weak? Upper back. I got weak rows. I don't think the pull-ups are going to help with this. Business of the chest. But probably indirectly, the pull-ups are going to help the rows are going to help the bench press, and here we go again. Round and round we go. So let's see if my thinking is correct. Might not be. But that's the thought that I'm entertaining right now. Appreciate you guys. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.